supposed to be acting in favour of their own client. They're supposed to be upholding their interests. So it's that's going to be very, very significant.
Yeah, thank you very much indeed. Do stay with us. You're watching BBC.
Hello. The start of next week looks set to bring an unusually windy spell of weather for the time of year. The Met Office has now named a storm.
Russia's invasion of Ukraine, just some of the thousands of soldiers who've been killed. Now Ukraine is going to get some more of the weapons it's been asking for, and President Trump has given Russia a deadline to agree to a ceasefire. What difference will that make? Join me, Charlotte Gallagher, in Ukraine for BBC News.
Irvine Welsh is famous for Train Spotting, the novel he wrote here that tapped into the cultural zeitgeist and became a cult film. Now the Scottish author has written a sequel, picking up where Train Spotting left off and catching up with the exploits of the gang. Join me, Katie Razzle, on BBC iPlayer.
Follow all the latest sports results, action and analysis from across the world here on BBC News. We'll discuss all the latest talking points and have a look into the people and the stories in the headlines. Join me and the rest of the sport team here on BBC News.
Little bit of onion. Thanks so much. It smells fantastic.
It's feeding time at the Liberty Sanctuary.
Sometimes I don't know where to find all this food. Sometimes in the evening I pray, what shall I give tomorrow?
Welcome to Hokkaido.
Thank you. This looks incredible. So this behind us is what this is going to become.
Yes, it's like the most exciting festival that happens in this region.
Here in the Maldives, sandbanks like this appear and disappear. They constantly change size and shape according to the seasons and the ocean's forces.
Inspiring travel. Watch now on iPlayer.
What is newscast?
There's a simple answer. It's about
not too noisy and shouty, and it's fair and it's open-minded.
The news is so bonkers. None of us have ever known anything like it.
looking for the truth. It's not about opinion.
It's like a brainstorm between us all and our colleagues, isn't it?
You don't have to take yourself seriously when you're talking about serious subjects.
There may not be a script, but there are facts.
This is going to make me sound like such a dweeb, because actually it's quite fun.
More fun than go to the pub.
Depends who it's with. For what you need to know, when you need to know it, listen to Newscast every day on BBC Sounds.
Hello again, you're watching BBC News with me, Ben Brown. A look at our latest news headlines. And President Trump's Middle East envoy, Steve Witkoff, has been visiting one of the controversial aid distribution sites in Gaza. President Trump has raised tariffs on imports from dozens of countries, including Canada, whose exports now face a tax of 35%. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky is demanding tougher sanctions after Russian attacks on Ukraine killed 31 people, including 5 children, in the capital, Kyiv. A ruling by the UK's most senior judges today could pave the way for millions of drivers to claim compensation for being missold car finance. And the star of the TV series Succession, Brian Cox, is returning to the Scottish stage as the Edinburgh Festival gets underway. Hello, welcome to Your Voice, Your BBC News. And we're going to be discussing President Trump's sweeping new tariffs for dozens of countries that have not yet reached a trade deal with the United States. And we've got a panel here on BBC News to answer your questions about those American tariffs. With me here in the studio, we've got our Deputy Economics Editor, Darshini David, and we're also joined by our India business reporter, Davina Gupta. And from Washington, we've got Jeff Moon, former Assistant US Trade Representative for China under President Obama. So welcome to you all and thanks for being with us. Let us start then with a question from one of our viewers, Batashir, who has asked a very simple question, which is where we should always begin with this complicated subject, and that is, what are tariffs? To Darshini, first of all, here in the studio.
Oh, Ben, it's a really good question. I mean, how many people actually understood tariffs at the start of the year compared to now? And that really tells you how much of a big deal this has become. A tariff is, to put it quite simply, it is a tax. It is